Let's make a run together, I'll be by your side before we collide. And if the sky falls down on you, just beat it up before we collide. Let's make it last forever, I'm ready to fly before we collide. And when the sun don't shine on you, just heat it up before we collide.
Hey there everybody, welcome to another episode of Taekwondo. My name is Petra. Thank you very much indeed for being here on this nice Saturday evening here in Europe. I have my headphones on. That is really not necessarily anymore in the future because I will be talking about something really cool the coming week or so. I bought some in-ear monitors so that I don't have to have that white thing on top of my head and still listen to the music, but also if I have a interviewee, I can actually talk to that person without you seeing that I have a headset in. So that is cool. Hey, welcome everybody. It is live on the Saturday evening, and so that means that people are tuning in. Like, for example, Rudy Engels, who is from Belgium. Really cool of you to be here, Rudy, taking the time and to be here. Right. Okay. So, without further notice, I will just want to start and talk about some questions. So, what I typically do during these live streams is that either I'm going to talk about some questions that came in the last week, or I'm going to take something else, something new. Now I'm very heavily focused on the ATEM and ATEM Mini and Extreme, of course, and I will be doing that for a longer time. However, I will also, generally speaking, also again go back to also other routes, like for example vMix, and also other stuff like for example NDI and that kind of stuff. So we will expand a little bit again, but I definitely ATEM Mini and all of that stuff will come, and definitely you don't have to wait for 2-3 weeks for the next ATEM video. No way. Hey, I wanted to start to talk about one of the major questions that, major questions. One of them that came in just very recently, and that's this one right here. It is Mr. Jenny0951 over on YouTube. He says, when video freeze, can you explain more in detail how this happened? And this is in relationship to the video that I created specifically about the super source and the macro that I've created and also provided to you for a free download. So go ahead and check that out, that video. If you do own a ATEM Mini Extreme or ATEM Mini Extreme ISO, you will be able to use the super source, and that means that you can also have all kinds of cool animation going on. But indeed, during that video, I did make a comment about freezing my this camera right here that you're looking at, and that is not because of the ATEM. I really want to make sure that that is very, very, very clear to you guys. It's really based on my setup. You see, my setup is based on vMix, and I'm going to show you what I look at because otherwise you will not understand it. But this is my setup right here. This is what I look at if it comes to this show. So below that you see what they call the multi-view. You can say that like that. And on the right hand side that way, you can see the program, and this where I am at the moment is the preview. But that is a software package. So that means that I need to go ahead and go in that software. Now, you can have a computer with capture cards. Blackmagic deck links are the most popular. AJA also has a few. I have in this computer that I have right here, which is about 7 or 8 years old already. It has 5 inputs and 1 output. And actually, to be honest, I can actually also program the outputs to become inputs, etc. But let's just say 5 inputs, 1 output. The only problem is that that card does not handle frame rates differences between cameras. It does not like it. That means that it becomes a bit of an impossibility to do what I want to do. Hence, I actually what I did was I used NDI for this studio. So all of the cameras that you see, and I actually have at the moment 2 lined up for you. So this is the first one. This is that was a misprogram. There you go. This is the second one right here. So I do have 2 cameras, but I actually also have a third camera, which I actually have now connected to my ATEM Mini, just in case you have a question and I can answer that for you. So that's the reason why it's there. But so typically 3 cameras and all of them are NDI. But that also means that I need to convert what comes out of the ATEM Mini into something that NDI understands. So what I actually did was, because I'm actually using this camera for my show, I also wanted to use that as a way to bring it into the ATEM, and then from there on also just use it so that you can still see my face move when I'm talking. So what I did is that I bought this very cheap splitter, this one right here. It's a HDMI splitter. So one HDMI splits into 2 HDMIs. One goes to this production right here, and the second one goes to the ATEM Mini. And in order to get that out of it again, to get the output, the end result out of the ATEM Mini, I'm actually using this product right here by Burdock. It is an NDI converter that converts HDMI, there you go, HDMI to NDI. Hence, because of all those conversions and because this one is quite cheap, it was a little bit hectic, and especially once you start the ATEM Mini, you start them up, it then automatically says, oh, I need to switch to another format. And because of that, the NDI was like, I don't know what I need to do. So I need to resync myself, which takes about 5 seconds or so, hence the freeze. So that, my friends, that is the reason why this there you go. That one right there is important to mention, because I didn't really realize what it meant for you guys. It might have looked like the ATEM Mini was to blame. That is not the case at all. All right, I do see some people joining in the meantime, so let me do a quick hello. I see Greg Adams. How are you, sir? I see Kathleen up over also in the United States, and Greg says, I love vMix, trying to build new machine, but I can't get any new cards. Well, that's another thing, right? Again, this is not the reason, but I will be talking about the reason for vMix in a bit, because it's actually a different question. So let me get my phone to make sure that I have the correct question in front of me. Now, this question is unfortunately in German, but this question is also removed from the system for any reason. I don't know why, because there's nothing wrong with this question. But basically, luckily, I do speak German, so that's okay. Basically, he's saying, and I'm trying to make it as easy as I can, that I need to throw away the ATEM Mini Extreme in the trash can, because vMix is way better. It has 10 downstream keyers, it has 10 upstream keyers, and it has a unbeatable super source, etc., 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 etc. And he or she says you are for the garbage, and that is cinema production. And even though this is not a question, I think that it's a valid point that he makes, that yes, vMix is definitely a very, very strong powerhouse, and I agree with that statement. I do agree that with the vMix environment, I'm going to show it to you one more time. This is what I look at. You can already see, because of the complexity, there is a lot that you can do with this product. I mean, I can do picture-in-pictures quite easily. I can go from this one to this one quite easily. I can play videos directly from this timeline. And so it's all possible. Look, this is just a video right here. So I can actually do everything in this software. But that's not the whole story. So if you look at vMix, you do need a powerful machine, a powerful PC. It runs on it. And I have to admit, and I am very, very subjective if it comes to vMix. I have worked with those guys. I like those guys. I like their style. So I am a little bit subjective to it. I have to admit that. But vMix is a powerhouse. So yes, cinema production, you are absolutely right that vMix can do that. But it runs on Windows. But Petra, Windows is also a bit, is also okay, right? Yes. However, Windows does do more behind the scenes. So if I would go into my Windows computer and I would say Task Manager, and I would click on Task Manager and I will show it to you, then I guess that you will probably think a little bit differently about why I'm saying that. So let me show you a little bit of what it looks like. So this is my Task Manager at the moment, and I am actually using this computer as a dedicated machine. So this is a server that I'm using. The Elgato sound card is here. Google Chrome is working. GoXLR is working. Spotify, vMix, of course, vMix Social, important. Very high power usage right here. So it is running 50% CPU, or sorry, GPU, I mean, 42% CPU, and these are all background processes that are also working at the moment. So this is roughly a computer that is running at the moment. I'm just going to continue a little bit so that you can see that it's not nothing. It's quite a lot of different processes that are running here. And I haven't reached the end of this list at all at the moment. Now now I'm at the end of the list. So now comes the different thing that I want to talk to you about, is that one of the key reasons why you want to go with a hardware switcher is literally it only does switching. It just does this. This is basically it. So that's all it does. But it does it correctly, and it does it always the same, with the same performance, so you can count on it. There is a reason why the Dutch news channel, the NOS, BBC, CNN, Fox, MNSBC, I don't know, all those acronyms, they all use physical switchers. That's not because they're bad. That's because they do one thing, and they do one thing only, and they do it correctly. That's one thing. So you're actually comparing apples with pears a little bit, right? Because yes, if I want to do more, I do need to add a hyperdeck to play videos, or I need to add a audio interface, or I need to add a lot of other stuff. But at least one thing I know is that it just works. I just switch it on, and this is not the speed that you can switch on a computer. Let me try to show it. So it's now switched off, right? So I'm just going to switch it on right now. 3, 2, 1, go. We're in. Oops, you're not looking at it. Let me do it one more time. So I've stopped it, and now I'm going to switch it on. 3, 2, 1, boom, ready to go. That is not possible with a computer. That fast is just simply not possible. Now, but Petra, you are so happy with your ATEM Mini, and even more happy with your ATEM Mini Extreme ISO, right? Yes, I am really happy with it. This is a game changer. The Extreme especially is a game changer, and I really do like it a lot. Why do I use it? I use it actually for two things. There are two use cases for me. One, well, actually three, but let's talk all three of them. The first one, if I am going to, for example, the States or to somewhere else, I have to, be on location, having a vacation, and I would still want to create a video for you guys, then I can just bring along my ATEM Mini or ATEM Mini Extreme ISO, and I do not really need to have a computer to switch, and I don't really have to have a computer with me to go live even, because in the ATEM Mini Extreme ISO, I can actually pre-fill my stream key and just hit on air, and it will go live for me, which is cool. And especially I use Restream for that, so that is even easier. So that is the first thing. So for me, I can actually go live. I can bring along my Surface. This one right here. This is my Surface that is 4 years old. And it's an i5 processor, so it's not even a big beast, but it is quiet. The ATEM Mini is absolutely 100% quiet. The only time that I heard the ATEM Mini was when I was upgrading it. That was the only time that I actually heard the fan kick in. So yes, it does have fans, but it doesn't really use it. Next to that, the second reason is that and I do see a lot of comments coming in. I will be coming back to that. The second reason is that basically simplifying the production. What I mean by that is that with vMix, I either have two PCs with vMix or one PC, and I have to do everything at once myself. Now, I have a lot of triggers going on, so that for me, it's not a lot of work anymore. However, you can imagine that if you have a multi-camera production and you have to keep track of 4 cameras, you have to keep track of a call that is coming in, and you need to do some other videos, etc. It becomes too much. And in order to make it more, let's say, professional, and also the ability that somebody can do some troubleshooting if something goes wrong, it is good to split the work and have 2 people at the productions. And that is the reason why I have one dedicated switcher. Let me show it again. This is just the ATEM Mini. I do also have the ATEM Mini Extreme. Just one switcher, so that person is only switching the cameras, and vMix is on the computer, and that one streams and also adds the graphics and it plays videos if that is required. So making it less complex, simplifying your production, and also having the possibility that somebody else takes over. That's the second reason for me to have an ATEM Mini on my production. The third reason, and the last reason that I want to talk to you about is that I also use the ATEM Mini to stream to Zoom or to Teams or to other meeting sites, and for example at my work or for other purposes. And this product, the ATEM Mini series, all of them have the ability to act as a webcam right off the box, and you don't need to have a computer with that, which is really, really cool. So those are the 3 reasons why I still use vMix. And again, I understand where this German person, that one right there, is coming from, but think of making sure that your production is good, and making sure that it stays simple. That is basically the reason. All right, I see a lot of comments coming in, so let's talk about those first. I see my dad is in the house. Welcome, Dad. How are you? Good for you to be here. Kathleen is saying, hope you have a nice weekend. My dad he says it's a bit cold, rainy here, Kathleen. Yep, that is the case. Sounds like a day for warm beverages and a fun project. And well, he is working on a fun project right there. I can tell you up front that he is doing some really cool stuff. Hey Petra, just in case you didn't realize, this stream says it is enlisted. Oh, that is awkward. Oh, that is very awkward. Can I change that during the show? Should not be. Okay, that is interesting. I have no clue how to do that. Oh, interesting. Okay, well, that's a first. Let me see if I can change that. Okay. Can I change that? No, not here. Oh, interesting. Maybe here. Let me check. Ah, there you go. And so it should now be good. Thanks for that, Paul. Really appreciate it. Thanks. All right. So hopefully that a lot of people are joining then. All right. But it's showing in the playlist, so it can be still found. That is cool. But yeah, indeed, we have fixed it now. Great explanation, getting a better understanding. Thank you. Yep. So those are the 3 reasons for me to use vMix still, even though I like the ATEM Mini, as a matter of fact. Now moving to the next question. A bit of a feedback. So I don't like feedback, so that's great. It's from James Kever. He says this is a big problem with the video, and he's talking about the video where I actually created that animation for you. Free download again. It assumes that you know how to create and store the macro. I have no idea how to get the code in there and that kind of stuff. So that is a fair point. And in order to help you, I will give you a... Oh, I need to quickly do something in the background. I can actually explain it to you how that works. So let's do that. Let's do that live. I actually wanted to show a video, but I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna do that live. So let's delve into it. In order to do that, I need to start the ATEM Mini software. So I am going to select that first. So ATEM does come with software that you can download for free from blackmagic.com. Again, I am using not the Extreme at the moment, but the ATEM Mini. But macros are the same across the board. And let me go to this screen. That's display 2, and let's just go like this. I'll just give it to you full screen, because otherwise it's going to be too small. So I'm just going to cut there. All right. So this is the ATEM Mini software that you get for free by blackmagic.com. You can just download it there, and this is basically what it looks like. And this is literally changing the status of the ATEM Mini live and direct. So that is something that you can do also from that software. Now, what I want to do, and this is actually something that I did the day before yesterday for a friend of mine for his show, is that I actually created a automatic loop to go through all of the cameras. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then back. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that is a very excellent way of using a macro, because you can use that, for example, for your podcast. If you are podcasting and you're really focused on getting the best audio quality and talking to people and making sure that that you can follow them and take and ask the correct questions, then having the need to also switch the show right here, that doesn't really make sense, right? So you want to have that automated, and this is something that you can do perfectly with macros. So the way that you do that is there is a macro menu item on the top. It says macro, and if you click on macro, this is what it comes up with. And you can see that I actually have 2 already available here. So I am actually going to remove them so that you can also see how I have created them. So let's do that. So again, go from the macros menu bar, go to macros, and this is then the window. You have create and run, and first we're going to create a new macro. And we can create it by hitting the plus sign, and then you give it a meaningful name, like for example loop. That's the one that I just said. Well, let's call it loop cut, because we're going to just cut between the cameras. And then you hit record. And now you actually see there's a red line across the UI. That is a line that is actually saying to you, watch out, everything you now do is actually recording. Now, the thing is that it does not record the current state. It only records the changes. So if you want to start with camera 1 and you are already on camera 1, you actually have to go to something else and then click on camera 1. So I'm now doing camera 2 and then camera 1. So now camera 1 is active. Now, I have to admit that you might think, hey, but Petra, you went to camera 2 and then to camera 1. So that is not a clean cut, right? You're right. However, the cool part of macros is that it does not know what the time it takes to go to the next page or the next action. It does not know the concept of time. Unlike, you need to add a delay. And the way that you do that is that on top of this red bar, you see here add pause right there. If you click on add pause, a other pop-up is there, and you can actually set the duration. The first digit says something about the amount of seconds, and the second one says something about frames. And as you have, for example, 25 frames a second or 50 frames a second or even 60 frames a second, you can imagine that if you have 30 frames here, then it's still maybe half a second, but you do need to have a little bit more to make it interesting, right? So let's put it on 10. So let's make it 10 seconds right here. So that's 10 seconds of pause. Boom. So after you've pressed 1, it actually added 10 seconds. Then you go to the second camera, you again add a pause, and it still says 10 seconds here, add pause. Then you go to the third one, add pause. So, and the fourth one, and don't forget after the fourth one to additionally add a pause, because at the start of the run, you didn't add a pause. So now you need to do that at the end, add pause. And then once that is done, you just hit this record button, boom, loop cut is now done. So this button is now something that you can actually run. And in order to show that to you, I can actually go to the run tab. I can actually here click recall and run, which means that if I click on this, it will automatically start running it. But I also want to loop it. So this is the loop button. Then if I now click loop cut, boom, it starts at the first camera. I'm not doing anything. I have my hands in the air at the moment. And in 10 seconds, well, 5 seconds from now, it will go to the second camera automatically. I didn't do anything. And after 10 seconds, it will go all the way to the third camera. And that will be right about now, I believe. Yep. And then a few seconds later, it will go to camera 4. But once it reaches camera 4, it will automatically go to camera 1 after 10 seconds, and then I will stop it, because then you catch how it works, I presume. So now it goes to camera 1 again, like boom, there it is, and now I can just stop it right so. And so that is the reason, the way that you can really easily create a macro. Now, you can also save this macro and export it, and also import it again. You can actually even modify it manually if you like in code. but we're not going to do that today. But what we are going to do is that I'm going to show you how to export it and how to import it again. So let's do that. So let's go back to the screen. And then what I'm going to do now is that I'm going to quit this window. I'm going to go to File, and I'm going to say Save As. And then I'm going to go to, let's put it right here, Taekwondo Demo, and I'm going to call it Loop. So this is a name, this is XML file, so this is just plain text, but in code, and it's called Loop XML. Clicking it, and here you see everything that it can save, but I don't want it to save everything. I want it to save only the macros. So I say select none. So now everything is deselected. I hit select macros, and I'm gonna say save. There you go. Now, if I would then remove this one right here, I can go ahead and go to create, select it, and hit the minus sign. Boom, it's gone, right? So now it's gone, but I can still recall it by importing it again. So I'm going to File, I'm going to say Restore, and I'm going to select the loop one right here, say Open. It already knows that it only contains macros. I'm going to say Restores. It says here 100% complete, and if I would now say go to macros, it's back. So now you know how you can create a macro, how to save it, and how to recall it, restore it. So hopefully that was something that was good for you. Okay, right. So that was that question with regards to how to create the macros. Let me go a little bit further, and the last question that I have, let me check that one more time. Yep, the last question that I have up front is that that's this one right here. Aves Ducot, he says, hopefully Blackmagic Design will release an Android iOS app so that we will never use a computer for those things. And then he's relating to the ability to fill in the stream key, etc., to go live. Now, unfortunately, I only have the ATEM Mini in front of me at the moment, but I have got some good news for you guys, and that is that there is actually an application that can handle that, but it's not by Blackmagic. So, oh, that's interesting. Let me just make that quick bigger for you guys. That was a lucky accident there. Let me make this a little bit bigger. Whoop, and make sure that it's a little bit centered. Go up. So we're doing this all live, right? So look there. There you go. That's a little bit too big. Oh, so wait, do I? Yeah, a little bit less big. I'm not happy yet. Yeah, I'm happy. All right. Okay, so let's show you. This is a new application. It's still in development. It's called Mix Effect, and it actually uses my phone, and it actually can change the ATEM. So I can actually go to the second, the third, the fourth, and back with the phone. So that is possible. But it also has other possibilities, like, for example, new streaming services. So here you can select YouTube. You can add your stream key so that you can go live. Not with this product, because this product doesn't have that feature, but you can go live with this tool. Now it's still not 100% perfect because it's still in beta. However, it is definitely something that will become possible to do with this tool. So this is still in beta, so it's quite difficult to get, and I'm actually testing it at the moment. As you can see, you can add multiple switches here. Also the big one. So here, for example, you have a big ATEM 1M switcher. Then you will become a little bit. It has a lot of additional possibilities built in that I don't have on my ATEM Minis, but that is perfect. That is okay. So that is what I have for you today. If it comes to the what happened here, for the questions that I've received over the last week. Now I want to talk to you a little bit about the coming weeks, so that you know what you can expect. The first thing that I will be talking about is that I actually purchased a in-ear monitoring system. I started the show with a headset on so that I could listen to the music and also have a little bit of a vibe going on. But also, if I want to invite a guest, and I really would like to start inviting guests again, I want to be able to hear them, and I don't want that to go via a loudspeaker. So I actually purchased a in-ear monitoring system, which is without it's remote. You don't have any cables, cableless, wireless. I mean, so I want to talk to you about that. I also am starting to prepare myself, thanks to my dad, for lending out this Samsung T5 hard drive, so that I can actually try to figure out if I can utilize the ISO functionality in my Extreme ISO, so that I can show you how that works. Also, next to that, I will also create additional animations for you guys, so that you can actually utilize that for your stream if you have an Extreme or an Extreme ISO. So these are the things that I will be working on as well. Let me check if there are any questions. No? All right. It sounds like everybody is happy. That is cool. Next to that, I am also considering some other aspects. So I will also look into other applications moving forward as well, to even better make your experience better. One thing that I do want to tell you, I am extremely happy with where I am with the YouTube channel. The YouTube channel is going great. I have more than 457 subscribers. It's not working, of course, but okay, 457, more than 457 subscribers. Let me check if I'm looking live. So it's actually even 465 subscribers at the moment. So that means that I'm very close to 500. Now, I have to admit, I am, on the one hand side, I am not so, let's say, I'm not so really aimed towards the amount of people. I'd rather have 10 really good subscribers than 100 that are just occasionally walking in. However, it does do a lot for me personally that I am at 500, and in order to show that to you, what I want to do is I want to celebrate. Once we get 500, let's do something really cool. Let's do a small giveaway maybe, and make some fun and let's have a beer or something. So just have some really cool time. And yes, I am really happy with that 465 subscribers over on YouTube. I also have 200 subscribers on Facebook. I know that, and it might seem that I'm not interested anymore in Facebook. That is absolutely not the case, but I have learned that I can only focus on one channel at a time, so I will be doing other stuff. Rudy says real beer. I know what you mean. Yes, I will take Belgian beer. So I will make sure it's Belgian, Rudy. I will definitely do that. Ronald Zwanenberg, he says, are you Dutch like me? Yes. That's the reason why I can pronounce your name, I think, in a correct way. So, yes, I am Dutch. I actually come from the southern part of the Netherlands. And Greg says, congratulations. Thanks, man. Really appreciate it. Again, please go over to YouTube. Make sure that I reach those 500 subscribers. That being said, again, I'm not so much focused on the number. I'm more focused to the quality. I want to make sure that the YouTube channel goes back to a place where I like it to be, and then once that is the case, I will immediately go back to Facebook to also make that go a bit higher. So that is the way that I want to do it. Veal says, waiting for cool stuff next week over 500. Well, Veal, I don't know. I mean, I would be. I have to admit that I don't think it's going to be next week. It is going faster than I had expected, but I think it's going to be at least 2 weeks from now. But then again, you never know. You never know. It might be that somebody is just looking at this video and says, I like it, but I don't know. I don't know if I want to subscribe. And I think that you should subscribe. And I can tell you, I need to verify that with on my phone, because a lot of people are actually looking at my channel and they're not subscribed. Let me show you what I mean by that. Because I'm very open in these kind of things. Can I look at this? Oh, I cannot see that here, I think. Oh, maybe I can. Wait. Audience. Yeah, I can show it to you. Unfortunately, all the way down, but that's fine. So let's open it up. Open up the software again, so that I can show it to you. Because hey, why not? So I'm just starting the NDI. So everything is NDI, like I said earlier on in this show. And so even my phone. And let's go to YouTube. So now you can actually see my own statistics. I am, again, very open about that. So let's remove. So if you look all the way below right there, you see that not subscribed are 86.1% of the people that are watching. So that means that only 13.9% are actually subscribed. So that means, in my opinion, that there are a lot of people that can actually subscribe to the YouTube channel as well. So yeah, look, try to just check it out. I think it's really good to have the possibility. All right, so that's it, what I have for today. Yes, let's hope that in 2 weeks' time or so we reach 500. I will give a party. I will definitely also give something away. It's not going to be big, to be honest, but let's just try to do something really cool and have a bit of a gamification going on. And yes, so this coming week, like I wanted to say that at the end, this coming week, I will be showing you that in-ear setup. I will be working on the ISO installation to figure out how that works, and I think that's for this week. And next week we'll have something else. I'm sure of that. There's so much to do. Oh yeah, one more thing. The Extreme stand will also come. That will also be purchasable. That's not really it's going on sale next coming week. So I will be purchasing that as well. So next to this one, which I have from ATEM Mini, this one right here, I will also have the one that I can use for the Extreme, and I'm really looking forward to that one. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. See you next week. I will be here same time, same channel, of course, if everything is if I'm still in health and that kind of stuff, but you know that. Anyway, thanks a lot, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye.